All right, this is a video explaining how to do the snowplow problems, and the problem that I'm doing is snowplow problem 3 in your packet. So what you need to do first in all of these problems is make sure that you understand what you're trying to do. You are trying to start at any vertex. There is kind of a trick to which one. I'll get to that in a second. You're supposed to try to cover every single street that you see here in the city, and you have to get back to where you started from in the shortest amount of time possible. So all of the little numbers that you're seeing on the edges represent the minutes it takes to cover that street. So there is kind of a tiny trick to these problems, and that is that you want to start by counting the degree of the vertices. And remember that the degree is the number of edges that meet at that vertex. So if I start with A, I have 1, 2, 3 edges that meet there. If I look at B, 2 edges meet there. At C, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. D has 2, and E has 3. So if you think about this, this is actually an Euler path. So in an Euler path, remember, you start at one of the odd vertices, and you'll be able to make it through the maze. I'm kind of treating this as a maze, to the other odd vertices. So if I start at A, I can make it all the way through to E, but then I have to make my way back to A. So some of the streets have to be repeated, and that's where you want to use the lowest amount of time possible. So here we go. I'll show you what my path was. I went from A to E to D to C to B to A to C to E to C to A. Before I go on, let me make sure I do that right. A to E to D to C to B to A to C to E to C to A. Yeah, now watch. I'm going to follow along with my pen and do that. So A to E, that's 7. E to D is 8. I'm going to add 8. Where do I go next? I go from D to C, so I'm adding 1 minute, and then C to B, 6, B to A, 4, and then I went from A to C this way. I added 3, and then I went from C to E. Now, if you look right there, that added 3. I've covered every single edge, but I am here at E. In these snowplow problems, you have to get back to your starting point. So I started at A, and I need to get back to A. So you'll notice what route I chose. I went C to A. So the streets that I ended up repeating was this street, that's 3 minutes, and this street, which was 3 minutes. So if you add all those minutes together, you end up getting 38 minutes. But where students kind of make a mistake is, they kind of try to look for the shortest route with your eyes. So I'm going to show you something that's not correct, just so you can kind of see, because I will have a lot of students that will end at E, and they'll be like, oh, I was going to go straight back to A. But look at how many minutes that is. That's 7 minutes. If you go this way and this way, what I did in the green, then you only add 6 minutes. So, these problems kind of play tricks on your eyes sometimes. So you always want to try to find the shortest amount of time back to the starting point. And in this case, it was like actually to go back to C and then to A. So this one was no good. All right, I hope that helps explain it to you in case you were having trouble.